I have a unique job. I make my living using other people's minds. I'm a professional hypnotist. Half the time, I'm buzzing around the country entertaining thousands of college students. But the other half, I'm just your average guy. Either way, my life is never dull. The one constant is that people just don't understand what I do. Welcome to my hypnotic world. I'm Paul Ramsay, and I'm getting tired. So the way that the logistics of the show worked out, I had to part ways with the camera crew for a while, and I had some dates that they couldn't follow and cover. So I went from North Carolina to Connecticut, then I went from Connecticut to New York, then I went from New York to Vermont, then I went from Vermont back to New York, then I went from New York in the middle of the night up to New Hampshire so that I could fly out of New Hampshire to Kentucky. So by the time I get through all of those stops, we're looking at 13 straight days of travel at that point, and I'm getting pretty tired. Everything went great. My flights left on time, they arrived on time, they were smooth flights. I got very smoothly from Manchester to Kentucky, so I thought I was in great shape.
All right, what do we got?
We gotta beat feet. We gotta get to Danville. We're a little late. We're running late, but we're gonna make it. We'll be all right. So the flights themselves weren't that bad. They're just the scheduling was a little bit off, and so it puts us behind. So now instead of getting to campus with an hour and a half to spare, now we're getting there with probably, now we're gonna probably get there 10 minutes late for sound check, but we'll still be almost an hour before showtime. So, no big deal. What is this craziness? Oh, they changed the... I bought a new phone. I bought a new phone, which I love. I used to travel with a GPS unit all the time, and I would enter everything into that GPS unit. But this new phone that I have has GPS on it, and so I had been on the tour, I had been using my phone as my GPS, which had been working great. When I grabbed the phone to check it at one point, the GPS went into pause. And so there we were driving along, and the lady's not telling us to turn because the whole thing is on pause. And so we drove past our turn. It's so weird because the phone was on, the GPS was on, and then it wasn't, because when I just checked it, it was off. Do me a favor, just pull it up on your phone and see if it says the same thing. Part of my job as an entertainer is just to provide good service, not just to the people in the audience, but to the people that hired me. And I just didn't like the idea that I was gonna roll in to campus 10 minutes before showtime, and these poor people who've been kind enough to hire me and to book me, who expected me an hour before showtime, now have a few hundred people waiting to go into the theater, and I'm not there yet. It was just awkward. I just don't like that. I feel bad about it. Hi Kendrick, it's Paul. I just wanted to give you an update. I don't know if I missed a turn or my GPS did me something wrong or what, but my GPS is now saying that we're not going to get there until 10 minutes before showtime. I got to a point where I knew that we were going to be okay. But in the first moments, fear and then anger. And then you walk in, you get changed, you walk out, and it's showtime. No fooling around, no killing time, just like, yeah, this is how we do it. You're kind of laughing about it at that point. Center College, are you ready to play mind games tonight? What's up? How are you doing? You feel good? You look good. How many of you have been hypnotized before? Raise your hands. Couple of you, not that many of you. How many of you have never ever seen live stage hypnotism before at all? Shut your mouth, really? That's a lot of you down here. All right, we're gonna have a good time. When you get in a show, usually, you don't see 70%, 80% of the audience trying it and going along with it. These center college students were awesome. I mean, I'm looking out, we're doing the early warm-up exercises, and they've all practically, almost all of them have their arms up. And on the count of 3, let your eyes open. 1, 2, 3, open. That's not bad. There you go. See where your arms are, then relax your arms back down to your lap. Now, when you open your eyes, ultimately there's only 2 possible outcomes. When you open your eyes, there's really only 2 possible outcomes. Either your hands were in the same position as when you started the exercise, or they had separated. If when you open your eyes, your hands are in the same position as when you started the exercise, you suck at hypnosis. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. Have you guys, you gotta, who's dropping their phones too? Well, hold on to your phones. Get in there. Robin Thicke, ladies and gentlemen. Robin Thicke is here tonight. Good to have you here, buddy.
Glad to be here.
Oh, we're so excited. We're so excited that you're here. Listen, I'm going to get out of your way. I'm going to let you do your thing, and we're just all going to enjoy having you here. Gosh, we're lucky. This is so wonderful. I turn away for 1 second. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well, let's hear for Robin Thicke, ladies and gentlemen. Robin Thicke. That was nice. Thanks, buddy. That was so nice of you.
Absolutely. So glad to be here.
That's
Good
right.
comment.
Thank you. That was really nice. Oh, our pleasure. Please sit down. We'll get some, probably some people are going to want autographs later and stuff, but you just sit and rest for now. So at the end of the show, a student walks up to me and they've got a cell phone in their hand. And the student says, my friend is out in the bushes outside and she's acting really weird. Can you please talk with her? And she got hypnotized in the audience and she never came up on stage. Now she's outside and she's hiding in the bushes. I take the phone and I get on the phone and it's not her, it's another friend outside. And that friend is like sort of telling me what she's like, she's in the bushes and she's hiding. Yeah. So I mean, she's conscious. She's completely aware of herself. She's in control of herself. She's completely conscious. Any decisions that she makes, she's making herself. So just, you know, just basically be like, hey, we're going back. If you don't want to come with us, you can catch up with us later. But, you know, we'd love for you to come back with us, and just, she'll have to make that choice. Now, none of these things can, in and of themselves, can hurt people, but they're just not very pleasant experiences. And they tend to scare the people around them who witness it happening. So it's kind of an uncomfortable thing to have happen at a show, but it does happen sometimes. When it happens, I don't get mad or frustrated with these people. I always think, gosh, well, even though they didn't intend it, they're getting what they need, really. They're letting this energy go. Okay? All right, thank you so much. All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, yeah, she just needs to like, let it go, you know?
All right, well, thanks.
All right, man. Take care. It was a later show in the first place than shows usually are. So we ended later than we normally do. And then we have to drive back to Louisville so that we can fly home to New Hampshire the next day. So by the time we get back to Louisville and get into a hotel, it's 3 in the morning and we have a 7 o'clock flight, something like that. just getting into the hotel. 7:25 flight back to New Hampshire means we need to get up at 6 a.m., gas up the rental, take it back, get checked through security. So basically, we're already under 4 hours of sleep.
I am in motion nearly all the time, in arcs and circles, in crooked lines.
So we basically just took like a 3.5 hour nap. There's way more pressure going home to UNH because that is literally home. I get emotional just thinking about it. It's just really special. Adam, tell me a story. Dude, it's past 2 in the morning. Go to bed. Turn the effing light off and go to bed.